y'all, my name is Cara. Today we're going to be putting some elderberry cuttings into the ground here at Bluebird Homestead. My dad actually gave these to me as a gift, so I'm pretty excited to have some free elderberry cuttings and grow some bushes here. We make elderberry syrup all the time. It's a great antibiotic basically. It just helps boost your immune system during cold and flu season. With kiddos around, it's definitely important to keep that up. So we will definitely benefit from having more elderberry bushes because I've been buying the dried elderberries just online from an organic supplier, and so it'd be nice to have our own, and that way I don't have to purchase them anymore. So let's get started. I have this garden safe root growing hormone. I've used it before for houseplants and other little starts. It just kind of helps boost the root system to grow. You dip the plant in some water and then you dip it in this powder. I'll show you here. It's just a white powder and it kind of just gives everything a kick start and gets those roots growing. So I'm going to be doing that for the elderberry cuttings and sticking them in the ground today. My dad actually welded a tool that'll make it easier for us to plant them. He bought 100 cuttings offline. This is a new property, so we don't have any elderberry bushes established to take cuttings from and share with each other yet. So I'm glad he decided to share the ones he bought with us. I want to mention before we get started is how to put your cuttings into the ground. So there are little nodes on the side of each stick. Hold on, let me grab one. So you can tell that the side that is cut at an angle is the bottom of the stick. And so there are nodes, you see that? There are nodes on this cutting. This one's probably about every foot there are nodes. That's where roots will come out. So you wanna make sure you at least get the bottom nodes, one set of them. Sometimes there's more than one set on a particular branch. The bottom nodes into the ground so that they're in contact with the soil. And you want to have at least one top node above the soil. That way you'll have the most success with your cuttings. Another thing I want to mention is that it just rained here yesterday and it is currently the second week of March. So these are still dormant, although there are, just on a couple of them, some little green shoots coming up out of some of the nodes where some leaves are trying to grow. But since the ground's nice and wet, it shouldn't be too difficult for us, but I may bite my words on that, we'll see. I'm very lucky to have a father who is handy. He welded this together to make it easier to put the elderberry stakes into the ground. So I'll just be able to poke a nice little hole and get it in there quick. So I'm gonna do a little time lapse of us doing that today. I'm gonna show you how we do the first one, then I'll just do a little time lapse of all of them together. So, like I said, the side with the slit, and if you're cutting your elderberries yourself and going to be replicating them, you want to make sure that you give some sort of indicator to yourself so you know which way's up, which way's down. And I just have a water bottle out here to get it wet so that the hormone sticks a little better. And I almost put the wrong side in. As you'll be able to see, because it's wet, you can give it just a little swirl around and it sticks a lot better. left to do, and then we'll be all done. Thanks for so much for joining us today as we planted these elderberry cuttings, and hopefully you learned something. Leave a comment below if you have a good recipe for elderberries, because hopefully we'll have lots in the future to use. Thanks for joining us again, and like and subscribe if you're into that and you want to see more videos. Appreciate it. Have a nice day, y'all.